Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna build not one but two mocks, and for the first time I'm gonna attempt to build something in the steampunk category. I'm gonna build something that goes in the sky. As you can see, we have all blue sky over here, we have a little cloud over here. We are gonna build this mock in order to participate to the Wandering Skies contest that I will link down below. So let's start with the minifigure. Here I created a sort of steampunk minifigure. So I took a random leg piece. I have a torso from Star Wars. This cloth piece is actually from this queen that I built already an habitat for. I will link it down below if you want to check it out. I gave him a wand as a walking stick. We have one of these beaver hat that I think fits very well in the steampunk theme. And we have some mustache on top of this sort of pirate kind of headpiece. So for the first category, I'm gonna build a sort of 8x8 vignette. So we can move the clouds on the side because later we are gonna build the airship for this minifigure. So the first category is a fig and a vig. So we're gonna build a 8x8 vignette for this character. So here I create a very simple base. Is all fitting in a 8x8. I use some brackets and some interesting connection at the bottom to get this a bit rounded shape in dark red with some golden accent. So in my story, this minifigure is some sort of inventor, author. So I decided to build in the background a big sort of library. Here we build all sideways. So we have some snot technique for the structure of this library that is gonna connect here at the back side. These books are already connected to this, but you can just use them to sit in there. For example, here I create another little build. I have some of these little edges coming off for some bigger books. This, for example, can just sit in there, and on top of this I connect the higher level of the shelf, the higher shelf. So this can sit just in there, and then we can leave a few more books inside on the next level, different kind of colors, normal tiles, jumpers. Here I'm also use some brackets with some ingots to make some sort of bigger volumes, bigger books, and then we can also put one here on a slight angle. Before we move on to the top level, let's add something here. So this we say this is an author, so here we have the book, but is also an inventor. So I need to build this working station. Here I create a simple table, a random accessory at the back connected to the bracket, and then a little bit more accessory here on the side legs of the table. I use some headlight brick there. Everything is built in 10. And here again with some modified brick, I create an additional wider space on the side on which I'm gonna add this wheel. That can be some sort of wheel or maybe some sort of saw to work at some invention. Connect to the jumper there. Here we can already start to add the minifigure to give you an idea on how the scene looks. Now let's move on to the higher level. Let's make the best use we can of this 8x8 space. I'm gonna add a sort of second level with a balcony kind of thing. Here we have a telescope that is gonna be looking outside. It's built on this so I can actually rotate and regulate in the way I like. And over there we have a candle. So this is gonna connect here. Hopefully we don't lose all the books in the process. We are gonna leave a space there. Potentially you can even build this down there so the books don't fall over. Now for the wall at the back, I decided to build this simple structure. We have a rounded window that I can actually incline because it's connected to hinges. So we can push this slightly forward, and this line of tiles will prevent it to go further down. And then we have some golden accent on top that I think fits well in this steampunk theme. So here we have the telescope looking outside, and I think we have a pretty nice vignette, and then we can add some sort of accessories, debris to his working station, just to make it a little bit more interesting and a little bit more full. So here is the vignette, but now it's time to build a vehicle for this minifigure. We need to build an airship. So let's move this to the side a little bit. So let's consider this a sort of habitat kind of thing. The next category is airship, still in the steampunk category. So here is the base, the core structure that I built. I went with a red and white color scheme because I thought everybody was gonna build it brown. So let's try to do something a little bit more interesting. Here we have a very nice windshield. I already created here a space for the character to drive. We can actually already add him in the driving position before we add all the additional parts of the ship. So it's gonna sit in there, and this is how it looks while driving his vehicle. As you can see, I have a big core running through the middle with modified bricks. So I have studs coming off on all sides. For example, you can see here at the bottom side as well. So everything is built sideways in all the 4 directions. Here, for example, I have one that is not super connected, so you can have a look at the middle. So because I have this one that is the only connection that is not so strong about the build, I decided to make a good use for that over here, on which I added some details at the back, and I use an elastic, like if it's a broken part of the ship and some interior engine is coming off and we can see through. Now, let's add the tip of the ship. So again, here I have a structure that goes in all 4 directions. This we can connect this in this way or in this way, whichever you think is more appropriate. It doesn't really make much difference. Okay, let's put it this way with a golden accent here at the front. Now for the back side, I added some sort of engine kind of thing. This is connected to the, let's say, the back seat of the minifigure. This is gonna connect over there. And I have also here at the bottom to reverse the studs, because you see here we have anti-studs. I'm combining this bracket piece to opposite side, so I can invert the studs over here at the bottom. And I can add some sort of fan, some sort of turbine at the back to propel, to move the ship forward. Here we're gonna add a cover to this engine, and this is what I came up with. This is actually a fence, a rounded fence, a little bit of details, again with a golden accent, and then I use these I don't know what this part are called, to get again a continuous part of the engine, and we can get some smoke coming off on both sides. And those ice cream, as you know, those ice cream pieces are perfect to create this little smoke effect. And here I have another little build. Again, here I inverted the studs using the headlight bricks. So there are 2 headlight bricks and 1 plate. That is also a very common technique. Again, to continue this a little bit further back. So here we have our engine structure, our fan. Now we need to make it in a way that this will go up. So here we have forward propulsion. Now we need elevation. First, let's add a little stand. Here I create a little base to create a sort of cloud to which I can connect everything. Here I make a mess because this I had to build it upside down because we have studs coming off at the underneath of the ship. Let's see if I can add this in. Okay. So we are gonna connect the back. Okay, now everything is nice and stable, and we have our ship flying, and here we can also bring in the other smaller cloud that I showed you at the beginning of the video, so we can fill up the screen better. Now, as I was telling you, we need elevation. So in steampunk, so the best option is air balloon. So I create 2 structures. Here I'm going to show you the first one. that is gonna connect over here. So basically what we have, let's see if I can remove this from the center to give you a better look. I didn't build the whole balloon, but I actually built only the front and a little bit of the back. So this structure made with modified bricks is gonna connect on top here. And then I'm gonna use this sort of cloth cover with the balloon underneath. So let me see if I can put it together again without making a mess. So the transparent bricks are just to give the illusion that the balloon is flying. The cloth is gonna go over, and I connected it back down with some chains. Let's see if we can get it back to the original place. There we go. So here is how it looks. So basically the balloon filled with air is pushing this whole structure up and is keeping the ship in the air. Now this has a bracket that is gonna allow me to connect at the back side, on the side of the ship. Hopefully I put it back together without making it falling again. I have another one for the other side that is gonna connect on the same way with the bracket on the side. And now everything should be nice and solid. So I think it's a pretty cool looking ship. We have two balloons keeping the ship up. It's also pretty swooshable if you don't hold it from the top side, but if you hold it from the side here, we can just connect there at the bottom, but it's pretty swooshable as well. So let me know, guys, in the comments down below, what did you think about this first attempt at building something steampunk for both the airship and the vignette and the minifigure itself. I'm gonna probably build another build for this contest, which will be for the floating island category. So we have the vignette, we have the airship. Now I need to build his house, his floating island for the contest. I will link it down below. Go check it out. There are a lot of very cool steampunk builds. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao, ciao.